Hi guys, today happy new year once again to you all. Today I will be treating the support and resistance level. This support and resistance level are indicators that you can use to know when to enter a trade or when to exit a trade, or you can say there are indicators that you can use to know when to buy or sell a trade. Like I said before, they are levels. So this support and resistance, I decided to treat them first because there is no way you talk about indicators and you will not mention support and resistance levels. You understand? There is no, even if you're talking about the EMA, Bollinger Band, you talk about support, and you at some point you find the teacher or the person talking about support and resistance. You understand? It always comes into play in most cases when you're using other indicators. So I tried to talk about it first, so that when I make subsequent videos on support and resistance on other technical indicators and I mention support and resistance, you understand what I am talking about. So today, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about support and resistance levels. So looking at this chart that is here now, you see that you see the movement of the asset. You can see that this asset has been making a bullish move from the bottom of this place, from the bottom here to this top here. So you can see that it has been making a bullish move. So I'm going to use these charts and some other pictures to show you example along the way. Like I said in my previous videos, when you look at a chart, when I was teaching you the anatomy of a chart, so that when you look at a chart, by the right side of the chart you will see the prices there, like this price here and here. These are the prices I can identify in this my chart that I'm using to make this video. So all these prices are the prices that an asset need to hit. It either need to scale through it or below it, as the case may be. So but now I'm using a bullish scenario to explain this support and resistance levels for you. Looking down, you will see that the first price there is 0.0010731. So you can call it the support level. The first price you see below a chart, the lowest price you can see, is called the support level. The price following it is often known as resistance level, and any other price seeing it is often known as resistance level. Whether there are three prices up, like there are three prices up where my arrow is pointing, they are all known as the resistance level. So the basic thing that you should know is that the support level is the place where you see a lot of buyers. It is called the demand zone, while the resistance level are the supply zone. So whenever a price hits a resistance level, there is bound to be a little bounce. The next picture that I will show you will better explain what I just said now, that whenever a price hits a resistance level, it's always have a bounce back to a support before it continues up in a bullish market. Well, before I show you the picture, let me still use this live chart to explain it more for you. You can see that the coin asset took a turn from this price. It took a turn from this price level here. That's when it started moving up. You can see. So one thing I want you to note is that when a price hits a new resistance level, remember I told you that any level that is above the support level is called the resistance level. Let's say this is a resistance level here, this is a resistance level here. So when the price hits this level, or any resistance level, it is bound to either pull back or just range a little. It's two ways. It's either it pulls back or it ranges. First, we'll use the first scenario. Let's say this is the number one. This is where the price kicked off. It's got to this level here, and it didn't pull back per se. Like, it's the price hit this resistance level and it pulled back actually, but after the pullback it started ranging. Ranging means moving from one moving within the same box. Like, you can see what happened here, moving within the same place. It's not breaking it above, it's not breaking it below, it's just moving in a range. You understand? So when this price finally breaks this resistance level, new resistance level, it's actually the first resistance level on this chart. When it breaks it, the former resistance, it will now become a support. Once an asset breaks a resistance level, that resistance level will become the new support. So this place that I mentioned as the first resistance level, once this price breaks this level, as we can see that price broke it to this level 3. You can see that price broke it to that level. This number one resistance level that we used to have will now turn to a support. This number one resistance level will now turn to a support. So it will keep happening. The more the price breaks up, the previous level, resistance levels, turn to support. Then the higher levels that you see become the new resistance. If as it goes up, the new levels up become the resistance, and the previous levels lower that were once the resistance levels becomes the new support. Just like conversely, when the price is going down, the level up is the resistance, and the new level down, just like what is happening here. You can see that price got to this final stage here. You can see that price got to this final stage and paused. It started moving down. That is the final resistance level that we can see on this chart, and we can call it the supply zone. That is when buyers started selling their assets. That is when sellers started selling their assets, and they started selling it. As they sell, the price reduced. The new level where the price will hit, which is here, and remember here used to be a previous support. It used to be a previous resistance before it became a support. Now, as the price is going back down, that level will become a new support. If price did not break it, it will remain the new support. But if price breaks it, it will become a new resistance level, no longer this level here. As this asset is going down, if it breaks through below this level here, it will become the new resistance level. The new resistance level, immediate resistance level, will no longer be this one that we know of before. It will now be here. So as it breaks down, new resistance level will be forming above the breakdown, while the new support levels will be forming below the breakdown. So as it's breaking up, just like in this chart that we are seeing, as it's breaking up here like this, any level that it passes will become the support. Any new level that it gets to, like here, will become the new resistance. If it breaks this level here and gets to another level here, the recent level that it got to will become the new resistance, and the previous level, the previous resistance, will become the support. I hope you understand the analysis I tried to make here. The chart did not do justice to my explanation, but when you look at this diagram here, you understand the explanation very, very well. You can see the this asset moving in a zigzag manner. It hits a resistance level, like I explained to you before, and retraces back to form a new support. Then after which it continues upwards again to make a new resistance. Once after making hitting a new resistance, the new resistance becomes the old resistance becomes the support, and the new resistance becomes the current resistance, and any other level above it, just like here. You understand? This was the resistance here, but now it's because the asset kept on going up and pulling back, like that. It made a new resistance high above. So at this point when it made a new resistance here, all these other levels here that used to be the resistance became the supports. I don't know if you understood the analogy that I'm trying to make here. If you don't understand this analogy that I try to make here, please drop your question in the comment section. I will answer it correctly. I will answer it and clarify you, but I don't know. I hope this explanation is clear enough of support and resistance level, and how a support can become a resistance, and how a resistance can become a support. Remember, I told you that support levels are demand zones and resistance levels are supply zones. So I don't know if you understood what I just said better with this diagram or not. I'll still go further to explain more things to you with other write-ups. I've been looking for best materials to teach this support and resistance since. That's why I've not released this video. So I came across this particular material. I'll put the reference in the description box. So I'll show you other examples of what support and resistance is. Just stay tuned. In the next slide you will see it. So moving forward, this is actually the meaning of everything that I tried to say in the write-up. Let's read together. When the price moves up and then pulls back, the highest point reached before it pulled back is now resistance. Resistance levels indicate where there will be a surplus of sellers, just like I said before. When the price continues up again, the lowest point reached before it started back is now support, just like I told you that the previous resistance can become a support level. Support levels indicate where there will be a surplus of buyers, just like I told you that support levels are demand zones where you see buyers, a lot of buyers. So in this way, resistance and support are continually formed as the price moves up and down over time. I hope with this written explanation you have understood all I have been trying to say all this while. So basically, in order to understand this better, to trade support and resistance, you either trade the bounce or you trade the break. Trading the bounce means you buy when the price falls towards support level. Like that first picture that I showed you, which is this one. If you want to enter the markets using this analogy now, you have to buy this trade here. That is the idea. You buy at this level, sell at this level. So let me start from the beginning. You buy at this level, sell at this level, buy here, sell here, buy here. That's the meaning of what's trading the bounce. These are bounce in the market. You understand? That's the meaning of what I tried to say to you here. To trade the bounce, then you sell when the price rises towards the resistance level. That's what I just showed you there. Buy, sell. So trading the break means buy when the price breaks up through resistance, then sell when the price breaks down through support. So I hope with this explanation you've understood everything that I had to say. So oftentimes you will see a support or resistance level that appears broken, but soon after find out that the market was just testing it. When candlestick charts, so with candlestick charts, these tests of support and resistance are usually represented by the candlestick shadows. I will explain to you what I mean by this statement. I actually got this write-up online, so I will explain to you what the writer means by this statement. The candlestick shadows serving as a test of support and resistance in the market. I will show you in the next slide. So I was talking to you about shadows. Understand? When I will use this chart as an example now. Candlestick shadows are like ropes. When you look, when you buy a candle, that rope on top of it that you use to light the candle, that is what is called a shadow. It is the same thing with the charts. When you look at these candlestick patterns here, you can see that some of them have long ropes, some of them have short ropes, some of them don't even have rope at all. So all those rope, I will call it rope so that you can understand what I'm saying. All those things are called the shadows. Some people can call it wick, some people call it shadow. So let's look at this price level over here. Look at this price level over here. When the price got, and remember I was saying that when the price tests a certain resistance level, it pulls back, or you can identify when a price is continuously testing a particular resistance level through candlestick shadows. Now look, if you look at this candlestick shadow here, let's take for instance this first green one here. Now if you as you can see, that candlestick there tested this level. It tested it, after which it pulled back. You see, that shadow that you're seeing there means that the price got to that particular level and was rejected by the buyers. You understand? That's why you see that the price got there and it started pulling back. That shadow is a sign of pullback. So after this particular time frame, in the next time frame, if you check the red candle, after the green one, if you check the red candle, so if you check this red candle, there's a tiny red candle after the green one that I used as an example. See the red candle here? No, not here. It's covered. I'm trying to make a perfect drawing. This red candle here. So if you check the red candle, you can see that what happened to the green one also happened. The green one had a shadow, but the red one have a longer shadow. You can see that in the new time frame, the price tried to hit this level again, this new resistance level again, but buyers rejected it and it started pulling back again. That means the price is testing the level for the second time. Then there's another red candle beside the previous red candle. You can see that long wick there. That is a sign of rejection, because as the price go down, as long as we are still in the same time frame, the candlestick pulls down into a shadow. So you can see what happened. It was tested the first time in that green candle I showed you before. The second time it was tested. The third time it was tested. Then it finally formed in normal dojis. You can see a green candle there. So after that third test, the price started ranging from that highest price to after the test, the price started ranging from here. It started ranging from here to here. It kept ranging like this until it finally broke out. This is where the breakout took place. You can see this long green candle is where the breakout took place. The breakout took place. So after it broke out, it went high. It had a really long rally before another massive pullback here. You can see. So I was trying to explain to you there that when a certain price tests a certain level so many times, that level is usually seen to be very strong. As this is a resistant level that we are talking about, in this case we can say that this resistant level is very strong, or you can say that that level is a very strong resistant level. So and when the price eventually crosses a level where it has tested for so many times, you see that there's usually a very strong rally. When it breaks out, there's usually a very strong rally. You can see what happened after it after all these tests, and it broke out eventually. Broke out from there to this, just having little pullbacks here and there at intervals. Just little pullbacks. That is not as much as this range that occurred here. So this is what happens when a candlestick, when a price tests a certain level for so many times. So after the breakout, this level that used to be a resistant level here, became the support, and this one became the new resistant level. That's what I'm trying to explain. So that's the meaning of what I read back there. So in summary, it's important to know that with candlestick charts, the tests of support and resistance are usually represented by the candlestick shadows that I told you about. So the most important things that you should note in all the things that I have said is that when the price passes through resistance, that resistance could potentially become support. The more often price tests a level of resistance or support without breaking it, the stronger the area of support and resistance is, just like I explained to you. When a support or resistance level breaks, the strength of the follow-through move depends on how strong or how strongly the broken support or resistance had been holding. Remember the support and resistance that I showed, the resistance level that I showed you that was tested several times. It was holding very strongly, and when the thing finally broke out, when the asset finally broke out, it had a massive rally up, because that particular point was a very strong resistance level that couldn't be broken with just one move. So it had a very strong rally. That's what this last point is trying to say, that when a support or resistance level breaks, the strength of the follow-through move, which is the follow-through move, means the new prices that were discovered, depends on how strongly the broken support or resistance level had been holding. Remember that particular resistance level was really holding very strongly until it was broken. And when it was broken, there were so many prices discovered. The price skyrocketed so much. So that's what this explanation is trying to say. So we have come to the end of this class, this lesson. I hope you understood everything that I taught. Support and resistance levels are not really very difficult to deal with. Just know that you buy at support and you sell at resistance. Also, when you're trading backwards, like when you want to sell the market, you buy at the resistance level and sell at support. That's for futures traders to note. You understand? So if you have any question at all, anything, any confusion, just drop it on the comment section there. I promise that I'll answer you as soon as I see your comments. I hope that I've not bored you with this whole explanation, because I know very well how difficult it can be to comprehend words that you've not heard of before, words that you're not familiar with. Is very, very difficult to comprehend. Just take your time. You can watch this video over and over again. You will understand it at some point. Just support and resistance levels are the simplest ways that amateur traders can easily enter the market. You enter, I told you, support levels are demand zones. You find the best support to enter, and find the best resistance to exit. And also you can enter the pullbacks and exit the breakthrough. So I hope you've understood everything that you watched in this video. And if you don't understand, once again, drop your comments. I will answer you in due time. Stay tuned till my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, because I need your subscriptions to make my YouTube channel grow from one level to the other. So please hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification button, and personalize my channel's notification so that whenever I drop a new video, you will see it firsthand. Thank you so much for watching and for staying with me. Thank you so much for your support all the way.